What if I told you that owning just 0.21 Bitcoin today could completely transform your financial future in the next decade? While everybody's chasing the latest investment trends, smart money is quietly accumulating what might be the most asymmetric bet of our lifetime. Now, ladies and gentlemen, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why financial experts believe this specific amount could be your ticket to generational wealth. What's up, everybody? I'm Mr. Bitcoin Maxi, and here we're all Bitcoin Maxis. Now, let's start with the reality check. Bitcoin is currently trading at around $110,000. That means 0.21 Bitcoin costs approximately $23,000 today. I know, I know what you're thinking. That's not pocket change for most people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. But here's where the math gets absolutely mind blowing. Now, if you're between 35 and 55 years old, you're in what I call the Bitcoin sweet spot. You have enough earning power to make this investment, enough time for it to compound, but not so much time that you can afford to wait. This age group represents the last generation that can realistically accumulate meaningful Bitcoin before it becomes completely out of reach for average investors. Now, why 0.21 Bitcoin specifically? This number isn't random. With Bitcoin's hard cap of 21 million coins, owning 0.21 Bitcoin means you possess 1 millionth of the total supply that will ever exist. Think about that for a moment. In a world of 8 billion people, you'd own a piece of an asset that can never be inflated away, never can be printed more of, and never be manipulated by central banks. But let's talk about where this is heading. Conservative estimates from institutional investors suggest that Bitcoin could reach $500,000 within 5 years. At that price, your 0.21 Bitcoin becomes worth $105,000. That's nearly 5 times return on your $23,000 investment. But we're just getting started. The real magic happens when we look at the $1 million scenario. Multiple respected analysts, including those from major investment firms, have put forward models suggesting Bitcoin could reach $1 million per coin within 7 to 10 years. Now, at $1 million, your 0.21 Bitcoin is worth $210,000. That's more than a 9 times return. Now, let's break down exactly how this price appreciation could unfold. In year 1 through 3, we might see Bitcoin climb to $250,000 as institutional adoption accelerates and more corporations add it to their treasury reserves. Your 0.21 Bitcoin could be worth about $52,500 at this point. Now, years 4 through 6 could see the real institutional FOMO kick in as pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, and entire nation states begin allocating to Bitcoin. We could witness a surge to $500,000. Your position becomes worth $105,000. You're already looking at life changing money for most middle class families. Now, the 7 to 10 year timeline is where things really and truly get extraordinary. By this point, Bitcoin has likely achieved reserve asset status alongside gold. Central banks worldwide are holding it. The dollar is potentially weakening as the global reserve currency. Scarcity becomes the dominant narrative as the remaining Bitcoin dwindles to almost nothing. At $1 million per Bitcoin, right? Your 0.21 Bitcoin holding represents $210,000. For someone who invested $23,000 today, that's enough to pay off a mortgage, fund a child's college education, or provide a substantial retirement nest egg. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some of the most bullish but credible predictions suggest Bitcoin could eventually reach much higher prices. If global monetary debasement continues and Bitcoin truly becomes digital gold, some models point to multi-million dollar prices per coin over the next 15 to 20 years. At $2 million per Bitcoin, your 0.21 holding becomes worth $420,000. Now, the psychology behind this accumulation strategy is brilliant. You're not trying to time the market or catch every pump. You are simply positioning yourself to benefit from what appears to be one of the largest wealth transfers in human history. The shift from a fiat monetary system to a sound money standard. For the 35 to 55 age group, this timeline perfectly aligns with your wealth building years. You're earning peak income, but you're still have 15 to 30 years until retirement. Now, Bitcoin's potential growth curve could accelerate your retirement timeline by decades. Now, the key is understanding that this isn't just about technology or digital assets, this is about monetary evolution. Every major currency in history has eventually failed. The dollar has lost over 90% of its purchasing power since the Federal Reserve was created. Now, Bitcoin represents the first truly scarce, decentralized alternative to this system. Your 0.21 Bitcoin isn't just an investment, it's an insurance policy against monetary debasement and a potential wealth building accelerator unlike anything we've ever seen before. The question isn't whether you can afford to buy 0.21 Bitcoin today. The question is whether you can afford not to position yourself for what might be the greatest financial opportunity of our generation. Now, I want you all to understand the window for accumulation at these prices may be closing faster than most people even realize. Now, are you ready to secure a piece of your financial future? Let me know in the comments. I love reading everybody's comments, and thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I truly appreciate everybody's support, and let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day.